Hi guys, Tom Morrison here, and today we want to take you through a way that you can use the gymnastics rings, and it doesn't matter if you can't even do a pull-up yet or even have any hopes to do a ring dip. We are going to show you how you can do them no matter what level you are. So the first thing that you want to do is to set your rings up to have them at a height so that your chin is just over the top of the rings, so a finished pull-up position. What you're going to do from there is make sure that you have your feet fully on the ground, and then you're going to lower yourself down all the way until your arms are nice and straight so that you're able to have a full range of motion as you go through your reps. From there, you can start to begin to pull. So you're going to start with the hand facing forward first of all, and on the way up, you rotate so that your palms are facing in towards you, and that would be your first starting progression for the ring pull-up. So this is your first step on your journey towards getting your pull-up. Make sure you can use the legs as much as you want to assist you, and make sure you can hit at least 10 reps of this before you would move on to the next progression, which would then be to manipulate your own body weight in a way. So you're going to go to the ball of the feet now. So it's going to be a little harder to push through the legs as much, but you're going to be increasing the amount you have to use your arms, which is great. So from there, build that up, see can you get 5 reps and increase it over time until you're able to reach 10 reps. So the motion stays exactly the same, just the amount of assistance you're getting from your legs is what's going to change. The third progression is to then go to the tippy toe. So you're not in the ball of the foot anymore, you're completely on the tiptoe. So this is basically taking the weight out of your legs. So you're really going to have to use the arms now to complete the movement. From there, you just go through the same progressions again, all the time making sure you get that nice rotation, and pause at the top of each one. Even turn your head left and right at the top of each rep. And that is going to start to really build up your strength for your pull-ups. Once you get really proficient at those and you can do sets of 10, like a minimum of 5 sets of 10 reps with that progression, you could then start to build yourself into negative reps. So start off as you did at the very start with your chin fully over the rings, and then really slowly and really sheepishly take your feet off the ground really slowly, and then lower yourself down with control until you reach a fully locked out position. So start that off and do sets of 5 with that. The slower the better. As the reps go on, you will probably find that your speed increases and how fast you're dropping down, but ideally you want to keep control for as long as possible. Once you're starting to get really good slow controlled negatives with your ring pull-ups, you're well on your way to getting your first ring pull-up and well on your way to building a lot more strength as well. So stick with the progressions until you're able to do 10 controlled reps before you move on to the next one, and just start yourself back down at 5 reps. Once you can master that next progression up to 10 reps, then you can start to move on. Same idea applies for your ring dip as well. So what you do is set the rings up in a position that you can have your feet fully on the ground again, and that you are fully locked out, okay? So the rings are beside you as if you were fully on the rings. From there, you then position your feet in a way that you're able to use your legs to push yourself back up again, and it will take moving the feet around a bit to see where suits you best, but make sure you feel like you're using your legs to help you get back up from the dip, because you want to get the full range of your dip. So go all the way down to the bottom, pause for a second, feel a stretch in that bottom position, and then push yourself back up nice and slowly. And then again, we're going to go through the progressions. The nice thing about this is it's quite hard at the top of the rep to turn the rings out, especially when you're unsupported, and that would be a really good position to build strength in. So you can start to add that in right from the start, so that whenever you are able to do full ring dips, you already have that strength built up, so you won't need to develop it then later on. So next progression is to go to the ball of the foot, and again, press yourself up, turn out at the top, hold a good position, and again, make sure you can turn your head left and right in that locked out position. Your neck should not be involved anytime you're doing dips of any kind, okay? After that, you've done your reps there, build that up to your sets of 10, and then start off the next progression again right on the tippy toes. So you're right in the tippy toes, so there's less weight going through. You really have to push to lock that out, and that is going to be you well on your way again to getting your full ring dip. Your last progression is then your negative ring dips. So start at the top, really slowly take the feet off and slowly lower yourself down right till you're in the bottom of that ring dip, and then just put the feet back on the ground again and stand yourself back up, and then restart the rep. Again, the slower the better, and if you wanted to use a count of say 5 seconds on the way down to keep yourself honest, that's really good as well, and it keeps you focused too. So that is how you can build up your pull-ups and then your ring dips. Other great things you can do with the rings as well would be your standard ring row, which is an absolutely phenomenal exercise that everyone should be doing no matter how many pull-ups they can do anyway. Your ring row, you want to make sure that you're walked out at a nice level that suits you comfortably to be able to do a minimum of 10 reps. Pull back and squeeze the shoulder blades together, and again, move your head left and right. Make sure your neck is nice and relaxed as you do your ring dips. The further out you walk, the harder you're going to find them. So make sure that you're able to build up a good amount of volume. You want to make these so easy to yourself that you could do 30 reps without having to stop whatsoever, but it will take time to build that up. So your standard ring dip ring pull-up, ring row, is one of the best things that you can start to develop. And again, it's just great for your overall posture and your shoulder retraction as well. Further from that, something that I really like to do in my warm-ups and my cool-downs is to have the rings at a height that I can be sat down on the floor in a position that's called the 90-90, and from there I can start to move my torso around while using the rings to actually help me to do that and to acquire better positions, and then just changing myself from side to side to work on my hip mobility while I'm actually starting to work on different shoulder positions as well. So you can start to work on internal rotation for the shoulder, external rotation, and you can just pull yourself around in lots of different positions that you couldn't normally do just by using the floor. So the rings are great for that, and again, the more time you spend doing this, you're going to start to develop your grip a lot more as well. So if you're having to hold on to those rings for a full 5 minutes, you're going to start to feel your grip kicking in as well. So don't be afraid to have a bit of a wiggle while hanging off the rings. So they are a few great progressions that anyone can use at any level. Give them a go, build them up over time, just track what you're doing. So any progression you're doing, aim to build up to being able to do 5 sets of 10 reps, and whatever progression you try, start off with 5 reps and make sure that you're tracking how difficult it feels to you as well, and not just the numbers. Okay guys?